The quantum readings made no sense. Dr. Alina Wright rubbed her tired eyes and stared at the holographic display floating above her workstation in the Himalayan observatory. For the third time this week, the sensors had detected patterns that defied conventional physics. Streams of data pulsed across her screen in elegant spirals, forming configurations she had never seen in her 15 years of quantum research. Dr. Wright, her assistant, Kai Chen, appeared in the doorway, his breath visible in the cold mountain air. The atmospheric anomaly is back, and it's stronger than before. Alina pulled up the live feed from the observatory's primary telescope array. The pre-dawn sky above the Himalayas shimmered with an ethereal aurora, but unlike the natural phenomena she had studied countless times before, this display moved with purpose. Geometric patterns emerged and dissolved in seconds, each more complex than the last. Look at these readings. She gestured to a particular data stream. The quantum fluctuations are perfectly synchronized with the visual display. It's almost as if what? Kai leaned closer, his young face reflected in the holographic light. As if something is trying to communicate. Alina's fingers flew across the haptic interface, initiating a deeper scan. These patterns, they're not random. They're structured, organized in a way that suggests intelligence. The observatory's systems hum to life as more sensors oriented toward the phenomenon. Alina had insisted on maintaining this docility even after the stellar event had forced most of humanity into underground shelters. While others focused on immediate survival, she had convinced the Global Science Council that understanding the event was crucial to humanity's future. A sudden spike in the readings drew her attention. Kai, are you seeing this? The aurora had concentrated into a single point of light, its brightness rivaling the stars themselves. As they watched, the light began to pulse in a distinct sequence. It's a prime number sequence, Kai whispered, his scientific training overcoming his awe. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Alina's hands trembled as she initiated the observatory's quantum response protocol, an experimental system she had developed theorizing that any sufficiently advanced civilization would communicate through quantum states rather than conventional electromagnetic signals. The response was immediate. The point of light expanded, forming a bridge of pure energy that stretched from the upper atmosphere down to the observatory's main platform. Within the bridge, complex patterns of light danced and swirled, forming what appeared to be a three-dimensional blueprint. It's some kind of technology. Alina breathed, her heart racing. But these configurations, they're adapted to human neural patterns. Look at how the quantum states align perfectly with human brainwave frequencies. As if responding to her observation, the bridge pulsed once more, and a small object materialized on the platform outside. Through the observatory's windows, Alina could see it clearly. A metallic sphere about the size of a tennis ball, covered in intricate patterns that seemed to shift and change as she watched. Kai, initiate containment protocols, she ordered, already moving toward the airlock. And contact the council. They need to see this. As she approached the sphere in her protective suit, Alina's quantum scanner revealed something extraordinary. The object's energy signature wasn't alien or foreign. It resonated at frequencies that matched human biological patterns with unprecedented precision. This wasn't a random encounter, she realized, carefully lifting the sphere. These patterns, this technology, it was meant for us. Someone or something out there knew exactly what humanity would need. The sphere hummed softly in her hands, its surface warming to her touch. As the first rays of dawn broke over the Himalayan peaks, Alina Wright held what she knew would be humanity's first step into a future beyond anything they had imagined. The stellar event hadn't been an ending. It had been an invitation. In her lab, the quantum displays continued to pulse with new data, each pattern more complex than the last, each one perfectly attuned to human neural architecture. Humanity's journey to the stars was about to begin, and it would start not with conquest or conflict, but with understanding and discovery. The echoes of tomorrow had finally arrived. 3 months after the discovery of the sphere, The Pacific Research Center hummed with activity. Elena stood before the Global Science Council's holographic assembly, her discoveries displayed in shimmering detail above the presentation platform. The sphere, now suspended in a quantum containment field behind her, pulsed with a soft blue light. "The implications are extraordinary," she explained, manipulating the display to show neural pattern comparisons. "Every human who has interacted with the sphere shows the same unprecedented brain activity. Our neural pathways aren't just compatible with this technology, they're optimized for it." Dr. Marcus Zhang, head of the council, leaned forward in his virtual presence. "And you're certain this is safe?" "Dr. Wright, we can't risk another stellar event." "The technology is responsive, not invasive," Elena assured him. "But what's most fascinating is what happened yesterday." She gestured to a young woman standing quietly at the edge of the platform. "Dr. Zhang, I'd like you to meet Maya Patel, one of our quantum engineering prodigies." Maya stepped forward, her dark eyes bright with excitement. At 23, she was the youngest researcher ever admitted to the Pacific Research Center. "Show them," Elena encouraged. Maya closed her eyes in concentration. The sphere began to pulse more rapidly, its light synchronizing with her heartbeat. Then, to the astonishment of the council, it rose from its containment field and split into 3 identical spheres, each one perfectly formed. Maya didn't just interface with the technology, Elena explained over the council's startled murmurs. She improved it. The original sphere was a key, but we're proving to be locksmiths who can make better keys. The council erupted in discussion, their holographic forms flickering with agitation. Dr. Zhang raised his hands for silence. "How many others have shown this ability?" "We've tested 500 volunteers worldwide," Elena replied. 87% showed basic compatibility. 32% demonstrated the ability to activate the technology. And 3%, like Maya, can enhance it. But here's what's truly remarkable. The ability appears to be teachable. She gestured to another display showing brain scan comparisons. When experienced users work with novices, the neural patterns begin to align. It's as if the technology is helping us unlock potential that was always there, waiting to be awakened. Maya stepped forward again. "With your permission," she said, her voice steady despite her youth, "I'd like to demonstrate something we discovered this morning." At Elena's nod, Maya extended her hands. The 3 spheres began to orbit around her, their light shifting through the spectrum. Then, incredibly, they merged into a single point of light that expanded into a miniature version of the energy bridge Elena had seen in the Himalayas. "The bridge isn't just a communication device," Maya explained. "It's a gateway, and we're learning how to open it." The council chamber fell silent. Dr. Zhang's hologram stood, his expression a mixture of awe and concern. "Dr. Wright, how long before this technology can be safely replicated?" "That's just it," Elena said, allowing herself a small smile. "We don't need to replicate it. The sphere is teaching us how to create our own versions, better suited to human use." Maya's team has already designed a prototype. On cue, Maya produced a small device from her pocket. Unlike the alien smoothness of the sphere, this object bore the distinct marks of human engineering. Elegant, efficient, and undeniably terrestrial in origin. "The quantum bridge showed us the principles," Maya explained. "But humanity's path will be our own." As if in response to her words, both the sphere and the prototype pulsed in perfect synchronization. Above them, the miniature bridge flickered with new patterns, each one a promise of discoveries to come. "We stand at a threshold," Elena concluded. The stellar event wasn't an end or a beginning. It was an awakening, and we're finally ready to answer its call. In the silence that followed, the quantum displays danced with possibilities, each pattern a glimpse of humanity's emerging potential. The awakening had begun, and its echoes would soon reach beyond Earth to touch the stars themselves. The Phoenix gleamed in Earth's orbit, its hybrid design a testament to humanity's rapid technological evolution. Maya stood at the bridge's quantum interface, her fingers dancing across holographic controls that responded to both touch and thought. 6 months of preparation had led to this moment, humanity's first intentional leap into deep space. All systems are synchronized, she reported, glancing at Alina, who now served as mission director. The quantum core is stable, and neural interfaces are operating at optimal levels. Alina nodded, studying the readouts from her command station. The ship's design incorporated everything they'd learned from the sphere, but its heart was purely human innovation. The crew of 20 had been selected not just for their technical expertise, but for their demonstrated ability to enhance and evolve the new technology. Final checks complete, announced Dr. James Chen, their navigation specialist. The quantum gateway is forming exactly as calculated. Through the bridge's panoramic viewport, space itself seemed to fold. The effect was nothing like the crude visual distortions of old science fiction. This was elegant, precise, a perfect merger of human understanding and advanced physics. Phoenix actual to Earth control. Alina transmitted. We are go for transit. The acknowledgement came from Dr. Zhang himself. You have clearance, Phoenix. Make history. Maya initiated the sequence they'd rehearsed countless times in simulation. The quantum core's hum deepened, resonating with the crew's neural patterns. But something was different this time. The responses were stronger, clearer than any test had predicted. Alina, Maya called, excitement edging her voice. The core is adapting. It's integrating our neural feedback in real time. The ship's systems were evolving even as they watched, achieving configurations their engineers hadn't dared to imagine. The quantum gateway had shimmered with new possibilities. All stations, Alina announced, prepare for transit in 10 seconds. The countdown seemed to stretch into infinity. At 0, the Phoenix crossed the threshold. There was no violent acceleration, no sense of movement at all. Simply a graceful transition from one reality to another. When the view stabilized, an unfamiliar star field painted the viewport. Transit successful, James reported, his voice steady despite the historic moment. We're exactly where we planned to be, 30 light years from Earth. But Alina's attention was on the ship's systems. During the jump, something extraordinary had happened. The quantum core hadn't just maintained its enhanced state, it had evolved further. The Phoenix's capabilities now exceeded their original specifications by orders of magnitude. Maya, she called. Are you seeing this? The young engineer was already deep in analysis. The transit changed something fundamental in the ship's quantum architecture. It's as if the act of traveling through space has taught the ship how to do it better. A signal from the long-range sensors interrupted their wonder. James's hands flew across his console. Energy signature detected. It's a gate of some kind. Ancient, by the readings, but it's responding to our presence. On the main screen, a massive structure shimmered into visibility. Its design was unlike anything human minds had conceived, yet somehow familiar, as if it resonated with something deep in their collective memory. The gate's quantum signature matches our core frequency, Maya reported in amazement. No. Wait. Our core adapted to match it during transit. The ship knew it was here. Alina felt a shiver of understanding. It's not just that we can use this technology, she said slowly. We're meant to restore it, to reawaken what was left dormant. The ancient gate pulsed with increasing power, responding to the Phoenix's presence like a musical instrument recognizing its player. As they watched, patterns of light danced across its surface, the same patterns they'd first seen in the Himalayan sky. Take us closer, Alina ordered, her voice soft with wonder. Humanity's next step awaits. The Phoenix glided forward, its systems humming in harmony with the ancient structure. They had ventured beyond the stars not just as explorers, but as inheritors of a legacy they were only beginning to understand. The gateway ahead wasn't just a door to distant space. It was a threshold to humanity's true destiny. The ancient gate's interior defied conventional geometry. The Phoenix's crew walked through corridors that seemed to fold through dimensions, their neural interfaces translating impossible spaces into something human minds could comprehend. Elena led the exploration team, with Maya close behind, their footsteps echoing through chambers untouched for millennia. These patterns, Maya breathed, studying the flowing symbols that covered the walls. They're similar to the quantum signatures we detected during the stellar event, but far more complex. Elena nodded, her hand trailing along a surface that felt both solid and ethereal. The material itself is responsive to our presence. Every step we take is generating new data patterns. The exploration team's quantum scanners revealed layers of information hidden within the station's structure. But it was James who made the crucial discovery, his voice crackling through their neural links with barely contained excitement. Elena, Maya, you need to see this. Central chamber, 2 levels up, if up even means anything in here. They found him standing before a vast spherical chamber. At its center, a column of light pulsed with familiar rhythms, the same patterns they'd first observed in the Himalayan sky. But now, with their enhanced understanding, they could begin to decode its meaning. It's not just a database, Elena realized, her neural interface processing streams of quantum data. It's the stellar archive, a repository of knowledge left by whoever built these gates. Maya stepped forward, her natural affinity for the technology drawing her toward the light. The patterns, they're changing in response to our neural signatures. It's like the archive is learning to speak our language. Suddenly, the chamber hummed to life. The column of light expanded, forming intricate 3-dimensional models of DNA strands, neural networks, and quantum states, all interconnected in ways that sent shivers of recognition through the exploration team. A voice filled their minds, not through sound, but through direct neural interface. Recognition patterns confirmed. Human quantum signatures authenticated. Access granted to Precursor Archive Level 1. Precursors, Elena whispered. The ones who came before. The archive's display shifted, showing the history of a civilization that had mastered the quantum nature of reality itself. But what caught Elena's attention was a familiar double helix, annotated with quantum markers that exactly matched human neural patterns. They knew about us, she breathed, long before we knew about them. Look at these markers. They're not just studying human DNA. They're their own modifications, Maya finished, her eyes wide. The precursors didn't just discover humanity. They helped shape us, gave us the potential to understand and improve their technology. The archive continued its revelation, showing how the precursors had recognized something unique in early human consciousness, a capacity for innovation that exceeded their own. Rather than directly uplifting humanity, they had encoded potential into human DNA, letting it develop naturally over millennia. The stellar event, Elena realized, it wasn't random. It was a trigger designed to activate once humanity had reached the right level of technological understanding. James studied the data streams with growing amazement. These quantum signatures, they're like keys, unlocking abilities that were always part of us. We're not just learning their technology, we're remembering how to use our own inherent capabilities. The archive pulsed with confirmation, revealing more chambers, more data, more secrets waiting to be understood. But it was Maya who grasped the deeper implications. We're not meant to simply recover their technology, she said softly. We're meant to surpass it. Look at these projections. They show potential developments far beyond what the precursors themselves achieved. Elena felt the weight of revelation settling over her. Humanity wasn't just reaching for the stars. They were reclaiming a legacy left specifically for them, encoded in their very beings. Tell the Phoenix to begin detailed scans, she ordered. Every pattern, every quantum signature. The archive isn't just history. It's a roadmap to humanity's future. The chamber pulsed with acknowledgement, its light synchronizing with their neural patterns. In its glow, the crew of the Phoenix stood at the threshold of understanding that would reshape humanity's place among the stars. The Singapore Quantum Development Center sparkled in the morning sun, its crystalline towers adapting and shifting in real time as researchers within modified its structure through neural interfaces. 6 months after the archive's discovery, humanity's technological growth had exploded beyond anyone's expectations. Maya stood in the central development chamber, surrounded by floating displays showing the progress of 100 simultaneous projects. The Phoenix's success had inspired the creation of an entire fleet, each ship more advanced than the last as human innovation built upon precursor foundations. The neural interface efficiency has improved another 12%, she reported to Elena, who was attending via quantum projection from the Mars Research Station. The new ships aren't just faster. They're starting to anticipate crew needs before they're even expressed. Elena's projection nodded, her form perfectly clear despite the distance. Similar developments are happening across all fields. The archive's knowledge was just the beginning. Human creativity is taking it in directions the precursors never imagined. On the main display, a new ship design rotated slowly. Unlike the Phoenix's hybrid appearance, this vessel was purely human in aesthetic, its quantum systems integrated so seamlessly with conventional technology that the distinction had become meaningless. The Helios class, Maya explained, expanding the display. It can reconfigure its internal structure on the fly, adapting to mission parameters in real time. The quantum core doesn't just power the ship, it's part of the ship's consciousness. Consciousness. Elena raised an eyebrow. You mean something more? Maya gestured, and the display shifted to show neural pattern comparisons. We're developing true quantum consciousness. The ships aren't just tools anymore. They're partners. Each one develops its own unique characteristics based on interactions with its crew. The demonstration was interrupted by a priority signal from the lunar shipyards. Dr. Zhang's face appeared on a new display, his expression excited. Maya, Elena, you need to see this. The Artemis just made an unscheduled jump. What do you mean, unscheduled? Elena's projection leaned forward. The ship detected a spatial anomaly that matched parameters we'd been searching for. Before the crew could even process the data, the quantum core had already calculated the optimal response and initiated the jump. They discovered a new precursor facility, one not listed in the archive. Maya's fingers flew across the interface, pulling up the Artemis data. The ship's quantum consciousness recognized an opportunity we might have missed. It's not just following instructions anymore. It's innovating. That's not all, Zhang continued. The facility they found. It's still active, and it's been waiting for us. The displays filled with data from the Artemis discovery. The facility was larger than the archive, its quantum signatures pulsing with active power. But unlike the archive's ancient feel, this installation hummed with fresh energy, as if it had been recently awakened. The precursors didn't just leave us their knowledge, Elena breathed, studying the readings. They left us their tools, their workshops, everything we'd need to surpass them. Maya expanded a particular data stream, her eyes widening. Look at these quantum signatures. They're evolving in response to our presence, just like our ships. The whole facility is adapting to human neural patterns. A digital renaissance, Elena mused. But it's more than that. We're not just recovering or rebuilding. We're creating something entirely new. The fusion of human innovation with precursor knowledge is creating possibilities neither civilization could have achieved alone. The displays around them shifted, showing similar developments happening worldwide. Quantum cores were being integrated into everything from medical facilities to environmental restoration projects. Each application sparked new innovations, which in turn led to more discoveries. The stellar event wasn't just an awakening, Maya realized. It was an invitation to join a grand experiment, one that's been running since the first humans looked up at the stars and dreamed. Above them, the quantum network pulsed with endless possibility, each node a testament to humanity's newfound potential. The digital renaissance was just beginning, and its light would soon reach every corner of human space. The Helios's quantum sensors detected the distress signal first. Maya, now captain of humanity's most advanced vessel, studied the readings with interest. The signal originated from a system not marked in any of their charts, using frequencies that suggested advanced technology. Analysis. She asked her ship's quantum consciousness. The response came through her neural interface as both data and intuition. The signal was from a spacefaring civilization, but their technology was different from anything they'd encountered, neither precursor-based nor purely organic in development. Plot an intercept course, Maya ordered, and notify Earth Command of our deviation. The Helios responded instantly, its quantum core calculating the optimal path through spacetime. As they traveled, Maya reviewed the ship's historical database. In the year since discovering the active precursor facility, humanity had encountered 3 other species exploring the stars. Each meeting had led to peaceful exchange of knowledge and culture. The jump lasted milliseconds. When they emerged, they found themselves in orbit around a blue-green world. A massive station hung in space nearby, its design an elegant blend of crystalline structures and flowing metal. Beautiful, Maya breathed. The station's architecture spoke of a civilization that had taken a different path to the stars, developing their technology through biological enhancement rather than quantum physics. A transmission reached them, carrying complex mathematical patterns that the Helios quickly decoded. "Unknown vessel," came the translated message. "We are the Lyrani. Our station's primary systems have developed an instability we cannot correct. We request assistance." Maya smiled. This was why they explored, not just to discover, but to help. Lyrani Station, this is Captain Maya Patil of the Earth ship Helios. We stand ready to assist. The Helios docked with practiced grace. Maya led her engineering team aboard, their neural interfaces immediately detecting the problem. The station's biomechanical systems were struggling to maintain quantum coherence, an issue they'd solved months ago during humanity's own technological development. "Your station's beautiful," Maya told the Lyrani representative, a tall being with iridescent skin. "The way you've merged biological and mechanical systems is incredible. Yet we find ourselves unable to progress further," the Lyrani admitted. "Our technology has reached a plateau we cannot seem to overcome." Maya's team worked efficiently, using their quantum tools to stabilize the station's systems. But rather than simply fixing the problem, they showed the Lyrani engineers exactly what they were doing and why it worked. "The quantum state isn't your enemy," Maya explained, using holographic displays to demonstrate. "It's a natural extension of your biological systems. Look, your station is already trying to achieve these patterns on its own." The Lyrani engineers watched in fascination as their station's systems began to harmonize with the quantum frequencies. Within hours, the instability had not just been corrected. The station was operating at higher efficiency than ever before. "You could have simply repaired our systems and left," the Lyrani representative observed. "Why share such valuable knowledge?" Maya thought of the precursor archive, of the legacy left for humanity to find. Because progress shouldn't be hoarded. The universe is vast, and we're all exploring it together. Different paths, different methods, but the same wonder. The Lyrani's color shifted to deep blue, an expression of profound gratitude the Helios's cultural database supplied. "We would learn more if you're willing to teach." Over the next few days, Maya and her crew established a knowledge exchange program. The Lyrani's biological technology offered new perspectives on quantum integration, while humanity's understanding of quantum mechanics helped them break through their technological plateau. As the Helios prepared to depart, Maya received a message from Elena back on Earth. More ships had made contact with other civilizations, each encounter leading to similar exchanges. The galaxy was awakening, species reaching for the stars in their own unique ways. "We're not just exploring space," Maya realized. "We're helping weave a network of civilization, each thread strengthening the whole." The Helios's quantum core hummed in harmony with her thoughts, ready for the next discovery, the next opportunity to share and learn. The stars themselves seemed brighter, illuminating humanity's path forward. The quantum pulse rippled through explored space, touching every human vessel, station, and settlement simultaneously. Alina, now director of the Interstellar Research Initiative, felt it through her enhanced neural interface, a harmonic resonance that seemed to sing through the fabric of space-time itself. All stations reporting the same phenomenon. Maya's voice came through the quantum link from the Helios. Every precursor facility we've discovered just activated. Something's happening, Alina. The Archive's central chamber, where Alina had made her first breakthrough years ago, blazed with new light. Data streams poured through neural interfaces across human space, revealing a pattern so vast it had been invisible until this moment. It's a network, Alina breathed, watching the visualization form. The gates, the facilities, the quantum cores, they're all nodes in something larger. The Harmony Network. The display expanded, showing hundreds of interconnected points of light stretching across the galaxy. Each point represented a precursor installation, many still undiscovered. But what caught Alina's attention was the way human neural patterns were integrating with the network, strengthening and enhancing it. Maya, are you seeing this? The quantum resonance, it matches human brainwave patterns perfectly. Not just individuals, but our collective consciousness. Confirmed, Maya replied, her voice filled with wonder. The Helios' sensors are detecting quantum links forming between all human-enhanced systems. It's like we're completing a circuit the precursors began. The Archive's eye spoke, its voice resonating through the neural interface. Harmony Network activation criteria met. Human quantum evolution proceeding beyond projected parameters. Phase 3 initiated. New data cascaded through the network. The precursors hadn't just seeded humanity with potential, they had prepared a galaxy-spanning infrastructure for humanity to inherit and enhance. Each facility they'd discovered was designed to evolve alongside human consciousness, creating something greater than either civilization could achieve alone. Alina, Dr. Zhang's excited voice joined the quantum link. The Lyrani just contacted us. Their systems are responding to the network too. The quantum principles we shared with them. They're acting as a bridge, allowing their biotechnology to synchronize with the Harmony Network. Reports flooded in from across human space. Other species they'd contacted were experiencing similar phenomena. Their unique technological approaches finding harmony with the quantum network through human-inspired innovations. This is what the stellar event was preparing us for, Alina realized. Not just to recover precursor technology, but to weave a new kind of connection across the galaxy. Every species contributing its own note to the symphony. The Helios, now approaching a previously dormant precursor facility, detected something unprecedented. Maya's voice trembled with excitement. Alina, the facility, it's not just activating. It's evolving. Our presence, combined with the network activation, is transforming it into something new. Through shared neural interfaces, Alina saw what Maya witnessed. The facility's quantum architecture was reconfiguring itself, incorporating elements of human innovation, Lyrani biotechnology, and other alien advances they'd encountered. It was becoming a prototype for a new kind of structure, one that could adapt to and enhance any species that reached for the stars. The precursors didn't want us to simply follow their path. Alina understood at last. They wanted us to forge connections they never could, to bring harmony to the galaxy's diversity of consciousness and technology. The quantum pulse strengthened, carrying with it echoes of every human mind connected to the network. But now other resonances joined in. The Lyrani's crystalline thoughts, the silicon dreams of another species, the plasma-based consciousness of a third. Each unique, yet all finding harmony through the quantum principles humanity had helped them understand. It's beautiful, Maya whispered, watching the symphony of consciousness and technology unfold across the galaxy. Alina smiled, feeling the network's potential humming through her neural interface. This isn't an ending, she said. It's an overture. The real symphony is just beginning. Around them, the Harmony Network pulsed with promise, ready to help guide the next movement in the galaxy's grand composition. 10 years after the stellar event, Earth had transformed beyond recognition. The Phoenix Academy's crystalline spires stretched from the planet's surface into low orbit, its structure a living testament to the fusion of multiple civilizations' technologies. Elena stood in the Academy's grand atrium, watching students from 24 species interact through neural interfaces and quantum translators. The latest graduation statistics. Director Wright, her assistant's quantum projection provided the data directly to her neural interface. 98% success rate in advanced quantum integration. The Lyrani students are particularly excelling in bioquantum engineering. Elena smiled, remembering the first contact with the Lyrani. Now their organic technology had become an integral part of the Academy's curriculum, just as human quantum principles had revolutionized their civilization. The Helios appeared in orbit right on schedule, its quantum signature now a familiar resonance in the Harmony network. Maya had continued exploring, each voyage bringing new species and technologies into their growing coalition of knowledge. "Welcome home, Captain," Elena greeted as Maya's form materialized beside her. Quantum transportation had become routine, another gift of their combined technologies. The Harmony network found another one. Maya reported without preamble, her eyes bright with excitement. A species just achieving space flight. Their approach to quantum mechanics is completely unique. They perceive quantum states through something analogous to taste. Elena accessed the network, feeling the distant ripples of this new civilization's first steps into the greater galaxy. "Have you made contact?" "Better than that." Maya gestured, and a holographic display appeared between them. "We invited their lead scientists to tour the Academy." The Helios's quantum consciousness suggested they're ready for integration into the network. The display showed a spiral galaxy, now illuminated by countless points of light representing connected civilizations. The Harmony network had grown far beyond its precursor origins, each new species adding their own innovations and perspectives. Hard to believe it all started with a mysterious sphere in the Himalayas, Elena mused. "We thought we were recovering lost technology, but we were actually learning how to bring technologies together in new ways." Through the Academy's quantum-enhanced windows, they could see ships of various designs moving through Earth's orbital lanes. Each vessel represented a different approach to space travel, all made compatible through the principles humanity had helped establish. "The latest network expansion is complete," Maya reported. "The new quantum cores incorporate Lyrani biocrystals, Zerin plasma consciousness, and that remarkable gravity manipulation they've developed. Each core is more efficient than our original designs by several orders of magnitude." Elena nodded, watching a group of students, human, Lyrani, and others, working together on a prototype vessel. Their neural interfaces allowed them to share not just ideas, but entire conceptual frameworks, each contributing their species' unique perspectives to create something entirely new. "We didn't just survive the stellar event," Elena realized. "We fulfilled its purpose." The precursors knew that true advancement couldn't come from a single species or approach. It needed diversity, creativity, different ways of seeing the universe. Maya smiled, her neural interface harmonizing with the Academy systems. "And they chose humanity not because we were the most advanced, but because we were best suited to bring others together. Our adaptability, our drive to explore and share knowledge, our ability to see patterns across different fields of thought," Elena added, "to take diverse technologies and help them work in harmony." Above them, the Harmony network pulsed with the combined consciousness of countless civilizations, each maintaining their uniqueness while contributing to something greater. The Phoenix Academy stood as a symbol of this unity and diversity, a place where the galaxy's brightest minds could come together to shape the future. "What's next?" Maya asked, gazing at the stars now alight with possibility. Elena felt the network's potential humming through her neural interface, carrying the dreams and discoveries of 100 species. "Everything," she answered. "The legacy of light is just beginning to shine." In the quantum dance of connected consciousness, the entire galaxy seemed to agree.